IBB launches autobiography, apologizes for 1993 election annulment.
As the leader of the military administration,
National Economic Council unveils N774 initiative, a grassroots approach to address.
It is also a pledge to the people of Nigeria that we will not stand by while our children suffer the preventable consequences of malnutrition.
Senate passes bills for new universities in Oyo and Akwa Ibom states.
As Nigeria diversifies its economy, I see greatness in the horizon for this country.
And on Good Morning Nigeria today, we shall examine Resolution Policy Committee plus IBB Memoir, June 12, and acceptance of MK's victory.
So, Nigeria's economy was in the spotlight again yesterday as the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee wrapped up its 299th meeting. Big decisions were made, but what do they mean for you and me?
That's the big question. The MPC is the team that sets interest rates and decides how much money should be in circulation, essentially shaping inflation, economic growth, and financial stability. Accurate picture of what Nigerians are actually spending on.
What does all of this mean for the average Nigerian, businesses, and the economy? We'll break it all down for you. Welcome to Good Morning Nigeria. I am Victor.
So many people talking about the IBB Memoir, June 12, and acceptance of MK's victory. You want to either get all the details. Sami Henry, John, great to have you join us again on Good Morning Nigeria, reaching you live with the network service of the NTA. In the course of the program, Chukwudi Okoli Ogbaja will join us for newspaper review. But for now, let's catch up on the top stories. Musa Abubakar is here to guide us. Musa, good morning to you.
Good morning to the both of you. Here's the news. As certainly, history has been rewritten in Nigeria as former head of state General Ibrahim Babangida has finally taken full responsibility with apology for his inability to widely adjudge the most credible election in Nigeria in 1993. Presentation of his memoir and launch of a presidential library. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was among the special guests at the event.
as the leader of the military administration, I accept full responsibility for all decisions taken under my watch.
All I can promise as the president is to strive to do the best.
President Bola Tinubu said former President General in 32 years that Chief Abiola had won the historic June 12 election based on collated result 5 pillars strategy towards addressing grassroots malnutrition based on facilitating local action to tackle the menace.
An invitation to all stakeholders, our governors, ministers, local government chairmen, development partners, and the private sector to take action. It is also a pledge to the people of Nigeria that we will not stand by while our children suffer the preventable consequences of malnutrition.
Diversification of the economy through agriculture has received a boost as Senate passed bills for the establishment of universities of agriculture in Oyo and Akwa Ibom states.
On agriculture, remaining the greatest employer of labor, expanding the goals and ensuring that the country will produce what we consume and consume what we produce. I see greatness in the horizon for this country.
Now, the House of Representatives has constituted an ad hoc committee to probe alleged terrorism financing of Boko Haram activities by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. The House, while adopting a motion of urgent national importance, also called for investigation of the activities of non-governmental organizations in Nigeria to ascertain their real identities and sources of funding.
You have to hold it as something that has some sort of weight.
Since 2009, why is it protracted? There must be some involvement of serious financing. Each time you will see at least 2 to 3 private jets parked there owned by NGOs. Most of the offices in Maiduguri are owned by NGOs.
Those are the highlights of the news at this time. Good Morning Nigeria continues with Victor and Henry after the commercial break. Please don't go away.
I am Oluremi Tinubu, the global and national Stop TB champion. Many people have asked why I've chosen to champion the fight against a disease like tuberculosis. My reason stems from a deep personal experience. I once had a friend who unfortunately fell ill. And concealed the nature of his sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their social economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, 1 person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, 1 person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. please visit the nearest government hospital or primary health care center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
They asked me how I came this far. I told them I had to sweat. Sweat is chasing your dreams. Sweat is never giving up. Sweat is action, but can also bring germs. That's why I use Dettol Cool Soap with 5 degrees cooling sensation. Summer heat brings body odor, but Dettol Cool protects you from 99.9% of illness-causing germs and keeps you fresh.
We're live in the open market for Apic 10X Challenge. My people, today I will show you how the power of new Apic 10X gives your toilet a better cleaning than bleach.
Than bleach?
Yes, so.
Impossible.
Toilets have stains which bleach cannot clean effectively. But Apic is thicker and sticks better, which gives 10X better cleaning versus bleach and kills germs.
Oh, wow.
You can now see that Apic is better than bleach.
Sometimes great things are worth waiting for. And for those who crave and wait, the experience is truly memorable. Introducing the new Dano Evaporated Milk. A creamy, tasty, nourishing way to start your day.
Enjoy the taste of the new.
It's worth the wait.
The richness so amazing for your cereal, tea and purple. Dano Evaporated Milk.
Try Dano Full Cream and Dano Cool Cow Evap. The Dano difference.
Ocean, now with 5-in-1 complete care. The deeply nourishing formula prevents your skin from drying out. With precious cocoa butter and deep moisture for smooth and healthy looking skin. Love your skin this Harmattan with Nivea Nourishing Cocoa
Energy at school. Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release.
Milo! Our major currency unit is the Naira, while the minor unit is the Kobo. They are both in notes and coins. The Naira is more than just a medium of exchange. It bears the images of our heroes. So, stop abusing the Naira. It is a criminal offense to spray the Naira at events. Stop stepping on the Naira. It's not your enemy. Do not squeeze, ruffle, or write on the Naira. Handling the Naira with dirty or oily hands can deface the Naira. Love the Naira as you love yourself. Be a real Nigerian. Do not abuse the Naira.
Nigeria is perched on a treasure trove of solid minerals. Gold, coal, tantalum, tin. But none is more critical to our future or the world's future.
Like lithium. Let's talk about illegal mining operations. What is our strategy?
this Saturday.
We are Premier League.
Arsenal,
Lewis Skelly!
West Ham United.
What a great delivery that is! What a goal! Wow!
Arsenal versus West Ham United. Live on Sporty TV.
Sportybet sponsors coverage of the English Premier League.
Right, newspaper reviews next. Let's take you there.
All right, we have with us Chukwudi Okoli Ogbaja for the newspaper review. Good morning, Chukwudi. Good to see you.
Good morning on the morning of a Friday that I really look forward to. I'm going to rest at the weekend. Hello, Victor.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Oliwe.
You're welcome.
All right, this is not Delta Broadcasting Service. This is the Nigerian Television Authority, reaching you live right here in Abuja, and of course beaming to Africa and across the world. So let's see what the papers have this morning. We'll begin with the Daily Trust newspaper. The Daily Trust newspaper leads with June 12, I take responsibility, and that's credited to IBB. Of course, so much here. You want to read this and, of course, pick up the, I mean, you just want to see what's happening. All of that you can find on pages 3 and 4. Above that, no evidence, U.S. aid. You want to get what that is about. Page 14 will guide you. And, of course, Osun State is still in the news. Federal government asks Adeleke to halt Osun local government election. Away from that, the picture story, of course, is the big event that happened yesterday. That's, of course, the launch of the book by IBB. Away from that, Naira appreciates to 1,505 Naira to $1 as CBN retains interest rates. That's on page 19. Akpabio, Natasha, flash again. Okay, this is interesting. If you like taking a new dimension, page 10 will get you updated. You want to find out the Nigerians, page 8 would inform you. So let's see the Nation now. The Nation newspaper is next, and of course the story on IBBs on all the papers this morning is also right here, but captioned differently. It says IBB, that's the kicker. Abiola won June 12, 1993 election. I regret its annulment. Poll cancellation done by Abacha forces without my authorization. Okay, all right. You want to read up the killers of June 12, 1993 annulment broadcast, IBB speech at book presentation. All of that on pages 2 and 4 of the Nation. That's the big news this morning. And of course, in the red strip, we have Ganduje Oshomole hail Okwebelu's performance in 100 days. That's on page 8, just below the masthead. Above the masthead, Osun Council poll will be illegal, says the Attorney General of the Federation. Will go ahead despite advice. That's on page 9. Beside that, heaps of sand used to block access to Benue CJ's office. There's drama in Benue, and page 7 has a bit of that. Remove trade tariff on Nigeria's imports. Federal government urges China. No proof of U.S. aid funds sustaining Boko Haram, says U.S. envoy. That's also right here. Pages 10 and 7 have those stories. And finally this morning, on the front page of The Nation, we have Federal Varsity Lokoja shot. That's on page 8. Wike promises business-friendly environment, also on page 8. So that's it. Victor.
All right, thank you. And I have the Leadership Friday. Of course, the IBB story is everywhere, and here it reads, June 12, 32 years after, IBB tells own side of story, says Abiola's election annulled in national interest. I challenged IBB on that decision, that's grown, and he's a charismatic leader, Jonathan. Right, and then the picture story tells a bit more. Above the nameplate, FG asks Osun government to stop planned LG polls. That's on page 24. And drama in Senate as Akpabio walks out Natasha over seat dispute, page 10. And on the right bottom strip here, Khan renews call for Leah Sharibu's release. Details of that is on page 25. And finally, stalemate in FAC meeting over unresolved 1.7 trillion naira remittances. That's on page 19. Chukode.
Yes, it was a controversial incident, more than controversial, come to think of it. The annulment of the June 12, 1993 election. Nigeria will keep on, if it meant danger to him, he should have stood up to say, no, this is not going to happen. But national interest eventually became the denominator of everything. Everything gets swept into national interest. It's going to remain controversial. That's the way it is.
No, but this clears a bit of the dust.
It clears, but it's not going to change news writing. News writing will continue to be...
Will reject it entirely.
You went to the end of it.
Travel further. Save money, save the planet. Switch to LPG for cooking. It's cleaner, healthier, and better for environment. Say goodbye to smoke and eye problems. Do you know Nigeria is a gas nation ranked 9th globally with over 209 trillion cubic feet of gas reserves? Gas isn't just for cooking and driving, it powers industries too. Cleaner, cheaper, and more efficient. And the best part, conversion centers are popping up everywhere. It's never been easier to switch to gas. Join the cleaner energy revolution. Choose LPG for cooking and CNG for your vehicles. Clean energy for brighter future. This message is brought to you by the Office of the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, supported by the Nigeria. Is brought to you by the Office of the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, supported by the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA.
My champs, they use energy at school.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo.
nutrients that support energy release.
The Nigeria coat of arms of Nigeria hung on the wall behind the seat of the principal officer of the government, supported by the portrait of the serving president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It has 7 features: the black shield, stands for good earth of Nigeria. The silver wavy band stands for the confluence of rivers Niger and Benue. The common wildflower throughout Nigeria. The red eagle stands for strength. The wreath is in our national colors of green, white, green. The motto, unity and faith, peace and progress, is written on a beautiful yellow ribbon, and it's a maxim.
They ask me how I came this far. I told them I had to sweat. Sweat is chasing your dreams. Sweat is never giving up. Sweat is action, but can also bring germs. That's why I use Dettol Cool Soap with 5 degrees cooling sensation. Summer heat brings body odor, but Dettol Cool protects you from 99.9% of illness-causing germs and keeps you fresh.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, with an
We are Nigeria. We are Nigeria. Strength and unity. We know they carry lives. We are Nigeria. We are Nigeria. Together live the dream. Of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA. Saturday, Borussia Dortmund, Union Berlin, watch live Borussia Dortmund for Bundesliga.
Welcome to Silver Oasis.
Silver Oasis, a TV series dedicated to aging and older persons in Nigeria. Be part of this series and discover the transformative programs crafted to give a new lease of life to our senior citizens, courtesy of the National Senior Citizen Center.
The National Senior Citizen Center is the oasis for the senior citizens.
For thought-provoking discussions on aging, geriatric social care, and issues that matter most to our senior citizens.
Silver Oasis.
Silver Oasis.
Silver Oasis. Tune in to Silver Oasis on the network service of the NTA every Saturday at 10:05 p.m. Silver Oasis, improving the quality of lives of senior citizens.
This Sunday, Empoli, Atalanta, Empoli versus Atalanta. Live on Sporty TV.
SportyBet sponsors coverage of the Italian Serie A.
All right, welcome back. Just like the papers this morning, we're discussing a historic moment in Nigeria's democratic journey. Former military president General Ibrahim Babangida has publicly admitted that Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola,
on any one of us, including President Babangida, but that he has finally spoken on the controversial and never dying issue on June 12th is quite revealing, quite educating. And I think, like we often describe him, it looks like scoring another goal. For me, I was one of the angry Nigerians in the wake of the June 12 because I participated directly in it as a journalist, covering the election as it transpired. And I remember very clearly Area 10, the present headquarters of INEC, FCT, that was where headquarters of NEC, then NEC was. I remember how we were waiting for Humphrey Nwosu to release the result, and it was quite disappointing. As at the time, results in bid, sending it to our headquarters in Lagos, processes, painful as it was, disappointing as it was, I think Nigeria also deserve commendation, right, for retracing its step away from the trauma of that period, and for a institution, if for anything, I think it deserves forgiveness, But again, it's an autobiography. There's no autobiography that is completely clean. Autobiography is a work in public relation, an exercise in brand building, as the case could be. So it's probably towards building his brand, but he's in trying to build his brand.
Building or laundering.
Upping the ante, so your brand will not be, your brand equity will not be depleted.
Okay, fantastic. Many thanks, Professor Adeni, for what you have said. You took part in that election. You saw how it went down, and I'm sure Kasim Efegba also took part in one way or another during that election. But you see, there are some people watching at the moment who don't know what happened. So even as we talk about this, I'd like you to just quickly run us through what led to the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election. And now, with this revelation, what message does this send to politicians and those aspiring, to go into politics in Nigeria?
Well, first and foremost, I think I would like to encourage people to get a copy of the book. Perhaps they will have a deeper insight into the factors that mitigated against June 12 elections. And coming from the principle